What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are talking about 13 different stocks in this video today. I will leave a list in the description below if you want to check out what stocks that we're talking about here. Hit the like button, subscribe if you want to see more content like this, and let's get into it. First, we're going to start off with Regis RGS for Dr. Mike. Looking at this here on the daily time frame, we do have lower lows on the daily RSI and higher lows here in the price. So higher lows there, lower lows there. That is a good sign, a good indication that you probably do have a little move up. It doesn't mean you have to see a higher high, but generally it does suggest continuation. Hidden divergences, they're not as strong, they're not as powerful as regular divergences, but they're still a good indication. You know, you've cooled off a good bit. You are still maintaining higher lows. You might be ready for higher prices. You've cooled off enough to see those higher readings in the RSI. If we take a high to low here, kind of disrespecting the golden ratio. I mean, that's not bad, but I can't really do anything with that. Let's look at this, maybe. And that one too. You could bounce from here. A close above 2350 would be very suggestive that you are about to rip above this, right? If you can close above 2350, you'll probably see prices above $27, maybe even upwards above $30 in a very short amount of time, okay? RGS, that's just the short-term outlook. In a more kind of mid-term outlook, potentially even a short-term outlook, it does look like you have this kind of bull flag structure, finding support on the 123 moving average here, moved up, flagging out, definitely a nice flag. I mean, this just looks like a very beautiful pattern. If it is a bull flag, if it's to be respected as a bull flag, the expectation would be, let's see, you would move all the way up to about $160. And if you took it out a log, that same kind of movement or measurement, let's just see, that would take you to about $49. So to please the people who don't like log, $49, we're at $22 now. 49 would be the measure move target, okay? From the relative high to the relative low out of log. That'd be right above your golden ratio between your 1.886, so that's a very doable range. You can fall short of your measure move, you can exceed it. For the people that are cool with log, the same way that I am, right? I don't mind it, I think it's fine. If we take the same kind of measurement from a high to a low, I mean, those are some deep extensions. I wouldn't expect that, but something around $43 to $56 makes sense. Something around $90 to $116 in time might even make sense. So definitely higher targets. You're at 23 now. Again, this is, it could happen at any point whenever you break out of this, and it does look like you're getting ready to break out of it. But when you do, it's going to be a fast move, likely, probably not as fast as this, but faster than anything you've seen since this time. Okay, so that's kind of my expectation. But you probably do move up. You're at 22 and $23 basically now. You probably do move up at least to 43, likely higher than that though. And there's a solid chance you even move above like $56, but time will tell, you know. Anyways, that's RGS. Let's move on. Masfin for Babu. Here you are, my friend. Masfin. Looking at it now, it's dropped a little bit, right? Kind of chilling, though. It really hasn't moved a whole lot. I suppose compared to where you were at the beginning of 2024 to now, you are at a rather low point, right? Looking at the RSI, not looking the best, but the price, I wouldn't worry about it too much, right? This thing's more or less stable, right? Like, it's probably going to move up here pretty soon. The fact that it's at low points, I would assume that it does move up from here. It dropped all the way to the 886 at 240, huh? Saw a very quick dip, came back up though immediately, right? That got bought up with not much volume at all, so very, very insignificant, whatever the hell that was. Getting below the 618, you might come down to about 254, maybe even down to 240. Okay, you might come back down to that 240 area, but 254, I would expect that. I definitely would. Weekly RSI looks like you would go down. Probably a slow crawl down. Daily RSI suggested that you would go lower as well. Once you get down there, I personally would expect a low, but let's just see. 218, and what were we saying before? 240, 254, so maybe not there. 240 right there. 235 at these lows. Ideally, you don't break below 230, but if you do, there is still support down here, I guess. Let me look at this. Hold on. I keep jumping between fibs. So I personally don't suspect that you go below this low. Personally not. But yes, you go lower from here. Okay, so at least to 250, 240, you're at 263 now. I don't think you go below this low. If you do, likely 220 would be your lowest low. And then in time, you will recover higher. I suspect when you break above 375 in time, however long, this is on a monthly scale, so it could be a year, it could be years, but you'll see prices up at 563 or more. But probably some relative downside for the coming, I would say, weeks. Definitely the days, but weeks, definitely some downside. That's Massfin. If you look at Tilray, T-L-R-Y, Tilray, man. This one's at the request of Black Mamba, by the way. This one I haven't thought of or talked about in a very long time. Oh, wow. I had a line that touched that from man, wow, look at that. A bunch of junk on this from a long time ago. Okay, anyways. Looking at the weekly time frame here, looking at the RSI. What did you do last time? Moved up. A little bit 125, something like that. And if we go here from a low to a high here, that was about, let's see, that was about 85%. What was this move here? If we go from a low to high, November 13th to the high here on January 8th, 57%. So pretty decent moves throughout. 57% being at the lower end of this every time you moved up. And the last time you were this low in your RSI, you had that kind of maneuver up. That took you all the way to 125. You didn't even get overbought. You haven't interacted with this 123 in a while. I'm not saying it has to happen, but it could be. You have a solid chance of seeing that. 125 being your highest move overall. Let's just say something higher than 57. Let's go to 85. Let's just see where that would take you. 85. $2.11. I could see that. Previous areas of resistance here, previous areas of support there. Maybe 234, something like that. A little bit higher than that. 125%, what would that do? 125 would take you above the green line. I could see you moving toward the green line around like 230, 220, but maybe not so far above it, like 260, nothing like that. If not there, then definitely $2.11, $2 and something, anything and everything probably between like $2 and $2.30 is an acceptable target in my opinion for Tilray. Based off what I'm seeing on the weekly RSI. Let's look at the daily again. Bouncing off the 50 here. Beautiful, yeah. Looking strong, broke a downtrend, a very long downtrend, bouncing off the 50, showing some strength. A lot of volume here on this breakout move that broke out of your downtrend in the RSI. This is the real deal, man. Yeah, you're moving up higher. Tilray. Lunar, no, I'm sorry. CYFRF for Black Mamba. Let's see here. I keep forgetting that this is a crypto stock. I should throw it in with its crypto brothers, but man, this thing's crazy. 81, 364, 46, 69. I know what I'm putting my money in next, right? This thing looks good. It looks unstoppable. Soul Strategies. And this is all, by the way, if we compare, hold up now, just compare Solana. Soul Strategies, I'm assuming it's like a spin-off of MicroStrategies, but with Solana, right? Is that the implied kind of idea here? I'm sorry, I did the same chart. I didn't mean to do that. So let's do Solana here on crypto, new price. That's what I meant to do, new price, and then log, okay? I'm just saying if this is what the stock did while Solana did this, right, what's it going to do when Solana moves up? If we look at Solana here, Sol, monthly time frame, I think you're about to break out to new all-time highs. That's what I think. Monthly MACD looks dominant. Weekly MACD began across down. 6 days left though. You have 6 days left. So if you don't, as long as you don't close this week here, if you can move up, then you actually will close this week green. So, and it looks like you're actually breaking out of this downtrend and looking to move up. So you probably don't. That's a nice bounce actually. That'd be a really nice bounce on your weekly MACD as well. Daily time frame looking like it wants to move up. All I'm trying to say, okay, is that Solana does look like it wants to move up, and likely if it moves up, it's going to break out into new all-time highs. When it breaks out to new all-time highs, they call that a blue sky breakout. Normally, you don't break out to new all-time highs after, November 2021, after years, 3 years, over 3 years, you don't break out to new all-time highs just to stop 5%, 10% 100% higher. I mean, maybe 100% for some things, but from a high to a low here, high to a low, consolidating between the 886, 786, getting above the 886, bouncing off the 886. You probably go, you're at 215 at least to $670 from here rather immediately. But by the end of the cycle, I would expect $1,000, probably above $1,000, if not $2,200, if not more. And again, I asked the question, if this is the play like MicroStrategy, but Solana strategy, right? If it's doing this right now over the last 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 months, and Solana over the last 5 months has done this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What happens whenever it starts doing stuff like this again? What's this thing going to look like there? It's moved up right now, and that's the thing. Is it seems like it's up so high right now. It's at like a 28x, and I'm not saying buy it here. I would probably wait for a pullback if I was going to buy it myself. So hopefully that comes. If not, nothing wrong with just saying, let this one fly and adios. Nothing wrong with that. If we look at the market cap, let's just see. 300. I mean, it's a low market cap. It can definitely go higher, but who's to say that it can't? It could definitely pull back from here, and that's whenever I would capitalize on it. But I think soon you're probably going to see growth from here that's going to be similar in size to what we've already kind of experienced, if not more. So this thing, let's just see. I don't even know really. I don't even know if taking a high to a low is appropriate for measurement here. I suppose. 1618, you're at 220. So maybe you move up to about 264, and then you pull back down to 98 cents, $1.47, something like that, and then continue upwards to 570, 17, something like that. Like a big move, man. I'm talking about a big move, literally. I doubt you go up to $46, but maybe by the end of the cycle, maybe not. I don't know. But higher targets, definitely phenomenally higher targets, and I suspect that you're capable of that. Hold on. All the way up here, that's a 21x. No, that's a 20x. I'm sorry, 20x. 10x is 3. I mean, that put you at about 6 to 10 billion, probably closer to $7 billion, right? That's fine. 220. I don't know what this thing's capable of, but I think it's a very possible number, especially if you're doing that similar play as MicroStrategy is. So anyways, I'm just saying that though. I really don't know because it just says Sol Strategy, so I'm just assuming that. I really have no clue about the fundamentals of this thing. So check that before you just buy it randomly. Anyways, let's see here. MU Micron Technology at the request of Black Mamba as well. Let's delete this here. Hold on. You're at about $90 now. Higher highs, higher lows overall. If you move down, that's fine. Whatever. It's cool. You can keep moving down. Let's move on down to $65, $62, whatever. Pull in a higher low. It's fine. Pull in a higher low at previous areas of that. That's kind of a slanted line. Let's give you a real line here. Previous areas of resistance, support, resistance, that's fine. You can go all the way down to $65, you're fine. $64.50, you're fine. You're at $90 now. Do you go that low? I don't know if you go that low, but from a low here to a high, I'm just saying that's as low as you could go. Maybe you go down, you're at $90 now, maybe you go down to about 76, $70, somewhere in that range, at least there. That'd be my expectation, okay? Down there. Monthly time frame, so it probably takes months to achieve. Weekly time frame, yeah, I would suspect, maybe by the end of January, but if not, sometime in Q1, that'd be my expectation. Moving down, Lunar for Buki. Intuitive Machines here on the NASDAQ. If we're looking at this here, wow, that's a good one. Up 19%, $21.89 right now at about $22 here. If we look at the relative high to the relative low, up above the 1272, you're probably coming to an end of your move, and that's okay. Yeah, if you look, you got the bearish divergence. It's not confirmed until you get a red week, but you're getting close to resistance to take profit areas, right? 2374 to 3164. You're at 2189 now, so probably pretty soon you do. You look good. I mean, I have no doubt you probably do move up at least there, man. You could move all the way up to $31 for sure. Hard to say, but after that, after you top off, likely higher than this, maybe lower than this, maybe somewhere in between that range, but at the most like up here. You could go a little bit above it, to be fair, but something higher. After you top off, I would suspect unless you go on some kind of crazy run and I'm just wrong and you go all the way up here. But I suspect that you top off somewhere in this area, right? If not a little bit higher. I would suspect that you pull back to prices that are lower than the current price. So if your question is, should I buy this? Maybe wait. Should I sell this? Maybe wait, right? Not financial advice, not a financial advisor. It's up to you. Do whatever you want, but that's kind of my opinion, right? If I was holding on to this thing, I'd wait to sell it. If I wanted to buy it, I would wait to buy it, because even though I think it's going to go higher, I don't want to buy it just to sell it here, right? I don't care for all those short-term things like that, right? I would rather catch the bigger move. It's less risky. It's a less risky play, in my opinion. Because you could buy it here and then it goes down. And it's like, damn, because if it were to go down here, if you were to go down at this point, then likely you'd be going down all the way to these areas, right? Or if you just waited to buy, you would at least secure prices that are here, which are at lower prices than you're at now. And then you wouldn't have to catch this overall up move and then down move. You could just wait for this, catch that, and then catch the next ride, which will be even sweeter. So if I were to buy, no. But if I were to sell, no. It probably goes up 23.74 to 31.64. I think I made my point with this. Let's move on. PRMB for Danny 2 times. Not USD, PRMB. Primo Brands Corporation. It's a new chart. It's a bullish chart. I think it continues moving higher. Lower lows in the RSI, higher lows in the price. I mean, you could move down. Who's to say anything could happen with this? I don't know enough about this chart, right? It could go backwards in time, but probably does go higher. I would suspect from a high to a low. Let's just see. High to low, and then base this one off of this high to low maybe. Should I do that one? Yeah. High to low, all the way up to your 2272. We'll delete this here. 2272 right there. Down to your 1272. 2272 to your 1272 maneuver. You probably do go beyond your 2618, which is at about 32.76. We put this back on, yeah. So your minimum target there, based off this, would be $33. But likely, I think you go up to 34. You're at 31 now, so $34 at least there on a daily time frame, probably by the end of January, if not higher. You look bullish though. You look like you're moving up. So that's that. SMCI for J Smite Z or Smites. I don't know. Nice bullish end of the week there, 11%. Daily RSI bouncing off of the 40 double bottom, decent. I don't like the overall trend. It's a little bit scary. But all things come to an end, and you might be ending this trend, my friend. That would be massive. That would be massive, and you genuinely might be ending this downtrend, which if you are, you're at $33 now, and 33 cents. What a number. Somebody definitely put that in there, right? $209 to $413 would be eligible targets for this, right? I definitely suspect they would be, if not more. Let's look at this thing on a monthly. 2 monthly. Low to high. Look at that, bro. Right down to your 382. If you've watched the channel for even 2 months or more, you know that a strong move, I say this all the time, a strong move, which a parabolic move by definition is a strong move. Strong moves, you likely find support at your 382. You look for that, right? And you tipped it. You couldn't do it any better than that, man. Bounced off your 52 on your 2 month time frame. Bullish, significant, very significant stuff, man. You very likely do continue higher. That's crazy. This thing's where'd you find this thing, man? It's crazy. $0.85 all the way. you were down at 85 cents in September of 2018. At your highs, you're at 420. Look at you. You're at your highs, you were at 420. What was your low again? 85, just a simple 85. 420 for the high. That's these guys, man. And then the current price is 3333. High to low. You're probably going to 420. You're probably going to go just above the 1618 and go to 420. All right, that's my expectations. SMCI. We're going to end it there. And how long is that going to take? Years, probably years, multiple years. But that's where it's going. No doubt about it. Make no mistake. AMC for Hopeful Voyage. I almost wrote hopeful in there. AMC. Higher lows in the 2-month RSI. That is bullish divergence, to be fair. Monthly, higher lows as well. I don't know if I would consider it bullish divergence, though. They're so far apart. I don't know if I would consider that, though it does have that kind of look, right? Weekly RSI, not looking the best. Yeah, not looking the best. But if you find support here, that's not bad, right? If you can start moving up from here, that's not bad. And the daily looks like it would want to find support here. So maybe you do. You're at $4.02 now. You're in this downtrend, but you're at the base of this downtrend. So likely you'd move up probably around something around $5, just above $5 would be my expectation looking at AMC here. If you're waiting on AMC to do something like this, I suspect you'll get something like that eventually. Is it going to be this month? Maybe. Is it going to be next month? Maybe. Is it going to be 5 months from now? Maybe. Is it going to be at the very end of the year? I don't know, but it's going to happen at some point. When it does happen, get the hell out, yeah? Maybe take some profits literally right at about $10. Nothing wrong with that. Previous areas of resistance, previous areas of support, not financial advice. Save some because it might run all the way up to 27 or 40 in time. You're at $4 now. Maybe. But right now, let's just focus on probably prices around $5 or higher, and then you probably keep coming down. Boring, 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 boring. AMC, all right? That one's for Hopeful Voyage. We're talking about CDE now for Buki as well, CDE. Coeur mining. Lower lows in the weekly RSI, higher lows in the price, $6.05 now. Looking like you want to move up higher. Let's just see high to low here. High to low. Above the 123 moving average. Look, you found resistance on this time and time again. You're above it now, potentially finding support on it, and breaking above the golden ratio zone here with this next move up. If you do move up, likely you'd move to $21 to $40, somewhere in that range. And I like that because if you put a line here right at the 1618, that's at the high here, previous areas of resistance and kind of support there, right? Somewhat significant. If you take the 127 to the base of this range, I mean, kind of at right there, area of support, resistance there, resistance here. So areas of significance between this whole range. I think $21 to $40 is a suitable target. You're at $6 now. On a monthly time frame, expect this to take years, maybe 2027, maybe 2026 at your current given trajectory. If not later, would be my expectation. CDE or earlier, you never know. Timing's not the easiest thing to get, but I gave it my best, right? I gave you a number, right? So take it to the bank, and if it doesn't happen, write me an angry comment or something like that. No, I'm just kidding. I know you won't do that, Buki. CRNC for Buki as well. I think this is the right one, right? Looking at this here, $19.33. What a move, man. 146. Why do you guys talk about it now? Oh, you know what though? This has probably been on the roster. He probably did request it all the way down here. No, I'm just kidding. Man, wouldn't that be nice? $19. I mean, I know it's been 3 months, but I would wait 3 months patiently for this kind of move. That's nice. Who's to assume where it stops? Let's just see. From a high to a low here, it's a hell of a BART, man. We need Bartman in here officially to declare if that's a BART right there. I think you move all the way up to your 61869. So you're at 1933 now. This party don't stop till you're at about 31 bucks, 41 bucks, somewhere around there. But I do expect afterwards you get a pretty hefty correction with this kind of move, man. It's going to be hefty, right? Down to like $12, down to $7, something like that. So, I mean, even if you take profits here, you probably will at a later date, at a year from now or however long, you will have an opportunity to buy at cheaper prices. But I would suspect, and really, if you go up to the 618, look at what you got here. You kind of have this left shoulder, head, right shoulder potential if you bounce off the 382. And it's very common to go up to your 618, bounce off your 382, and then go higher. And this already would have that left shoulder look. That'd be a perfect inverse head and shoulders pattern, which would get you set up for higher highs. Anyways, that's a template for a long time. I mean, probably for years out from now, or at least a year out from now. But this year, I think you definitely will see $31 to $41. Just when? I don't know. Probably in the first half, if not. I mean, definitely by the end of the year, but I don't know when. I don't know how. At this pace, it could be next month. You know, you never know. But $19 now, 31 to 41. That's that. CRNC. KULR for Danny 2 times. Danny. I don't know. It's one of those. It's either Danny 2 times or Danny. Anyways, $3.32 right now. New all-time highs. Yeah. you're probably moving up to 1025. You're at 332, sorry. 1025 to 36 bucks. I think you're moving up there, man. You can pull back first. You might pull back first to 252. You're at 332. You could pull back a little bit, and I think you do. I would suspect you do. At least that, it's actually very common with the fact that you're pulling back here. If you don't hold this, it'd be pretty common to go to your 786, even back to your 618. So a pullback even below $1 is possible. It's the least likely outcome of all of these, right? Not because it's the furthest away, but I mean, maybe that's why, I don't know, but it's just the least common from what I see. 786 would be a very strong potential, especially with this look, right? 174 being the potential low that you could see over time, maybe by the end of this month at the current rate that you're going. But also at the 886 here at about 243, that's a good area to find support as well, especially if you're just like slowly kind of casually building. If you're doing something like this, okay, I could see that. So if you hold support at 250 or around there, you can go a little bit below there. It's okay, right? If you go to 240, you're not going all the way down to $1.70, maybe, but it doesn't necessarily mean that, right? But if you close below 250, I would definitely think that you probably are going lower. So hold that as support. You're moving up higher. At least minimum target would be something above $10, but likely, if not there, as high as $36, I think was the target rate at $36. So higher, but lower first, right? KULR Technologies. AMD to finish this up for J Bear in the house. J Bear, we're doing this for you. AMD Advanced Microdynamics. This one should get its own video, to be completely fair, but we're doing it here. Let's see. Low to high, going lower, definitely going lower. Hit the 382, rejected the 236. We'll see you down at 94. You're at 125. We'll see you at 94. You're basically going to hold $100 as support, but really you're going to go down just below $100. You'll break $100. Everybody's going to panic because AMD is below $100, but that's going to be the best time to buy it. And then from there, resume this trajectory onwards and upwards to new all-time highs, right? That's my expectation. Or you reject here and then you go lower, but whatever, at least from there, $90 to 131 is at least a safe bet. But 125 now, no doubt in my mind, you go lower. Easy one. Thank you, J Bear. And sorry if you're expecting it to go up, but hey, it's at 125. Nice pump at the end there. Good for some puts right now. Lower highs, yeah. Anyways, hit the like button, you guys. Subscribe if you want more content like this. Thank you all for being here. I'll see you on the next one. Take care. Bye-bye.